Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of CHIPcast. My name is Laura Chipieski. I am the Independent Living Administrator here at The Village. So today we just have a couple random topics we're going to bring up to you. I don't have a laundry list of any exciting things to happen, but I did want to touch base with you on a few things. So I know I've talked till I'm blue in the face about this, so maybe this will be the first time you've heard it and it'll be okay. One of the things that we try to do here the most is make sure that everybody that lives here has the resources available to them that they need. For me, it's a bit of a different stretch because I'm used to coming from the skilled side of the world where, you know, I tell you what you need almost, and then they just come to you. You participate or you don't participate. And I have a whole team of people that, you know, do their best to make sure that everybody participates. By that I mean doctor's visits, care needs, equipment, whatever it may be. But here in the independent living, obviously everybody has their rights and privacy to where they've moved in and this is what is theirs. And, you know, they don't necessarily have to share all details of life with us. And that's fine because there's a lot of people and my brain might go in detail overload. I might not have enough space left in there for remembering everybody's stuff. But the key to this conversation that we're going to have today is people come see Mike when they need things. Either they're thinking they might need to move out soon, or they're thinking that, you know, they just don't know how they're going to figure out how to take care of something. More and more, we're still hearing people say they weren't aware of the things that we're talking about consistently. So I just kind of want to rehash all of this. It's so very important for people to take advantage of their resources that they have here. So we are your team that's the head of the resources. You know, we are not necessarily here to run your day-to-day lives. You know, I know it kind of comes off that way sometimes because we're pulled into day-to-day things. That's truly not what we're here for. We're not here to run people's day-to-day lives or tell everybody how they should be doing or thinking or what they should be doing and when they should be doing it. We're here to make sure that you have access to everything that you need. So again, we've made sure that the medical center was open. We made sure there's a dentist in the medical center. Dr. Long is still there. There's your friend, the chiropractor,
Yep. Dr. Robert Gregg.
I just tease Mike, you know that. We have Dr. Isbahi there. We have a podiatrist that comes in, Singstat, I think.
Yep.
I might have just changed her name. I do that on a regular basis. But we have all of the doctors. There is a list of times outside of the medical center. There's a list in the craft room of the doctors. You can call and you can see them at any time. There's still a lot of confusion on if you can see that doctor and see your outside doctor. If the doctor is your general doctor or if they're a cardiologist or whatever they are, you can see two doctors in one day. They just can't be of the same type. So, you know, you can call the doctor's office and you can let them know your information. They will tell you, they know this, they've been doing it forever. Hey, that insurance may not let you do that unless you do this. But for the most part, you don't have to declare Dr. Isbahi to be your primary care physician, but he's here on site, so he can see you. I keep hearing people over and over again say that, my doctor's somewhere else. If you have not seen your doctor within a year, you are no longer listed as active. So if you have a fall in your apartment and you go to Corewell and you say, well, no, I'll see my doctor, the doctor is probably not coming in here, and Corewell assumes you're seeing your doctor. So just recently, Corewell came to have a meeting with us because they're figuring out, like we already knew, you're not really seeing your doctors like you say you are. So we want to make sure that everybody is aware that do not think that your health is something that you can wait on. Don't think that I'll wait for something to happen. Doctors' offices don't work the same way that they did 20 years ago. They really take you out of being an active patient after 1 year of not seeing you. Then you have to go through the whole process again to see your doctor. So, well, you don't have to change your primary care physician to see Dr. Asbahi. It's nice that he's here, he's on campus, and once he sees you and knows you, you can still go out however often you want to when you're planning to go out, because I don't think that many of you are really planning to go out to see your doctor, I'm being honest. And when you go out, you can still see them, but he's here to help you here and now. And that's very important because that he works with Corewell, he works with Park, he works with Homestead. He can talk to the other doctors as needed within the facility so that he can get everything that you need. Some of the other people that are resources, what we're going to start to do, we had Jonathan on here before from Park, and Jonathan gave his speech about what he does and what his team does, and we got quite a few calls, people that maybe went to the hospital for something and they wanted to see him, they wanted to make sure they got some therapy when they got back. And so they did that, and that worked out well. Or maybe they just realized they were having a little more difficulty in their own apartment, and they worked with him. A lot of times he would end up working with Dr. Asbahi to have them be seen so that we could get a script so that you could get therapy. So we want to continue to do things like that. And once again, you don't have to choose Park. It's just that when people are partnered, it makes life a lot easier. I don't have a contact at every home health. A new one probably pops up once a week. Home healths are like Skittles. But when the representative, who's the person that makes all the guarantees in the world that everything's going to be great, the representative is not in touch with the daily staff. So the daily staff come here, they get lost, they can't find you, you're not in your apartment. They don't realize that some of you don't always answer the doors, that you just want us to come in. Those are all the little ins and outs of the things that we know. So if you're going to be seen by Park and Park can't find you or they're not getting access to you, they know how to get a hold of us so that we can say, oh, you know what, I bet you they're over here. Yeah. I bet you this is where they're at. And we can make sure to make that connection so that you can use your services. These are services that your insurance is paying for. You've paid for insurance your whole life. Most of us don't always get to use all of it until later on, but use those benefits. Use that insurance to help keep you stronger, more mobile, so that you can stay here longer. So Mike, because I love to give Mike fun things to do, has been tasked with getting together a different group of people to do that same kind of thing, where he can have conversations on camera so that he can maybe get all that information. Each vendor or each company will let you know what they have to offer. They're also going to be setting up like small like table talk kind of events or coffee and conversation events with Tamatra. So obviously, this is why Mike is kind of heading a lot of that up. So Mike was not working fast enough, so I clocked him in the head a little bit, so in case you're wondering what happened. HR is okay with it, so we're just gonna keep moving. But Mike is gonna go through the list of people that he has agreed to meet with and do some different things. These are, again, resources to bring to you in this community so that you can utilize these resources and maximize your time here.
Perfect, thank you so much. So the first one I want to talk about is AT&T. I know I brought them last time and it didn't seem to be very helpful. I think they have a new boss, and I met with Nick and he's going to bring his boss. His name is Meech. We're going to do a Q&A in the chapel Wednesday, June 25th at 10 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock. And what they're going to try to do is they have new programming for our seniors, and they can talk about wireless cell phones, cable service, internet, and a home phone. I don't know the exact details of all of that, but they have a program that they're going to do. What I did tell them is I need it to be simple and easy so that residents know exactly what they're getting, and something that it's not going to be out of the price point. $80, $90, $100 is just not going to work. I don't know what AT&T has. It doesn't matter. But for our residents, it has to kind of be within our price point, because I know everyone's on a fixed income. And I said, the more that you can get it down there, I think the more residents will be entertained. If you're going to come out and say, oh, it's $100 for one service and $100 for another service, it's not going to be successful, But I'm going to bring them, again, to the chapel Wednesday, June 25th at 10 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock in the morning. And that way they can explain to you the programs that they have, and then residents can ask questions. And we'll definitely tape it for those that can't make it. The next one is Carrie West. Carrie works for Senior Alliance. I'm going to be bringing her tomorrow, Wednesday, to interview. Tomorrow is the 11th, June 11th, and it'll be broadcast as well. And what she's going to discuss is all the programs that's available to our residents. They have Senior Alliance, State of Michigan has a new program that she's going to be explaining. So tune into that to kind of watch, and then hopefully after we do our interview tomorrow, I'll bring her again. So again, we can do a Q&A later in the month. So that way, if those residents have heard the information, if they had individual questions, they can come and kind of ask. She'll be a great resource as well. And she has a lot of knowledge on those residents that might need help. If you don't need help now, you might need help later on. So that way, at least you have that information available to you.
I'm just going to stop him real quick. So Senior Alliance, this is a state program. It is not necessarily a program that's like a Medicaid program per se. The state is, well, everywhere, everybody, every state, but especially Michigan, the whole initiative is to keep people at home longer. It is way more expensive to live in a nursing home, to live with 24-hour care. When you're in a nursing home, even if you don't see the nurse but 5 times a day, you have to pay for a nurse to be present to be able to care for you 24 hours a day. Even if you bathe yourself or get dressed by yourself so you don't need that aid, the state is still paying for that aid, or you are. Most of the time it becomes a Medicaid service. So Senior Alliance is really revamping, knowing the behind the scenes of how things are happening in the industry, whether it be from an insurance perspective, income perspective. They are really trying hard to revamp their entire system. And they just have resources. They're the secret to all the resources outside. So while you may not necessarily 100% qualify right now, it's always good to know what your resources are. So they have everything. They can hook you up for housekeeping services that you may need. They can for meal services. I could go on and on. Showers, 100 different things they can do. And it doesn't have to just be through Homestead. She has access to everything. So she's going to really start to be present more, hopefully, is the plan. And then also we're going to try to work with her on being a Senior Alliance, I'd say like a point place. So Senior Alliance has annual signups for seniors. Well, you have to have a place to sign up. So why not bring all the seniors here to sign up? So that is also our goal. That way, if somebody is getting to the point where they need to sign up and they know they maybe need to live somewhere, but you all know it wasn't that easy to make a decision to leave your home and where you've had all your stuff, and now you got to figure out what you're bringing with you and what you're not bringing with you, and you have to downsize, and do you want to do that? And but why not take the opportunity during that time frame to go ahead and let them come in here, see how everybody acclimated, their life is not over, that they left their house. We all get dramatic later on. Sorry, I hit my mic. We all get, oh no, what am I going to do? I can't make any more changes. Change is hard. So Carrie and her team help make sure that they give everybody the assistance that they need during that change time. None of us necessarily want to leave our homes once we get there and we get comfortable and we put everything in the right spot just where it needs to be. But nobody's going to come out to your home as much as there's going to be access here. And for people to come to your home for a private duty on a consistent basis, it's just so hard. I mean, we were just talking before. It doesn't matter what industry that you're in, working is not the same. Work ethic might not even be in existence anymore. I don't know. People call off. They don't want to come to work. They come up with all kinds of crazy excuses. They don't want to tell you that they're calling off work. They just don't show up. So when you're a senior and you're at home and somebody doesn't show up and you're dependent on them, it's hard. Whereas if you're here, we at least have somebody available, some assistance that we can give you. So this is what our goal is, again, to grow the census, grow all your friends, grow all your neighbors, make everybody happy here, and give them the services they need.
Perfect. Thank you so much with that. Another service that connected with me was a Buncha, I think. Buncha?
Looks like Buncha.
Buncha. It's a grocery delivery service that has partnered with Meijer. They deliver groceries to our residents. They have a van that's refrigerated, and they've been doing certain deliveries for certain residents, and they kind of reached out and want to kind of expand that because, with the refrigerated van, they can fill a lot of groceries, and they can, make it more advantageous to them by getting more residents. So I'm going to be working with them to try to see exactly, what they can offer, how they can do it, and have them also talk to residents so that way we can educate you guys on how to use it. You can go to the Meijer website. That's a way you can do it, or you can do it on their app. Now, I did tell them that not everyone also has a computer, not everyone is familiar with the app, so maybe coming up with another way, maybe an easier way for those that might struggle with that. So we're definitely working on that. I just don't know exactly what it may be, but I'm going to definitely be bringing them as well, and also do another Q&A with them. For those that do have a computer and might want to kind of check it out, you can just go to www.gobuncha.com, and if I did it right, it should be scrolling as I'm talking. Not right now. Afterwards.
That's amazing.
Scrolling right now. But yeah, go check it out, see how it's done, and then hopefully when I bring them, I'll be announcing it in the Pioneer, so that way we know when that's going to be. I just haven't set a date and time. Another thing I wanted to bring up is a resident brought up to me something that I thought was pretty cool. I'm also going to botch the name, so hopefully Laura can help me. Janetti.
That's correct.
Oh, wow, look at me. Janetti Hole in the Wall. It's in Northville on August 21st at 10:30 a.m. to about 3:30 p.m. They do a dinner and they do like a show. It's like a death show. And a lot of
murder mystery.
Yeah, murder mystery. I have it written down.
No, nobody's going to Janetta Hole in the Wall to watch a death show. Let me just throw you out there.
I really wrote it down. I can't even read it, but she said it right 100%. It is definitely a murder, a mystery game, not a death show. I take that back. Scratch that. Just scratch that completely out. But anyways, a resident indicated that she goes with about 10 or 15 of her friends. They all drive, and there was other residents that seemed to have wanted to go. So for me, I always feel bad on those residents. So I reached out to our transportation. I've set it up so that way for those residents that do want to attend, it's a lot of fun. It's great food. It gives you the show and food for $42. And then our transportation to Northville round trip will be $100 total. So if we have 10 residents, it'll be $10 a person. I already have the sign-up sheet at the craft room, so please sign up. Unfortunately, it would be no wheelchairs because the wheelchairs end up taking too much space in the bus. But canes are allowed. So again, that's also on a first come, first serve basis. So if we can get people to sign up, that'd be great. If you want to check that out, you can also go to www, and I'll spell it, it's GENITTIS.com. And it shows you a bunch of their stuff from June, July, and up to August. But for this one, it's August 21st. For those that are interested, Deborah Friley from BP 107, she's the point of contact that brought it to me. So thank you so much for that. We also have Cindy Grover from Right at Home. She'll be also coming and being interviewed as well to talk about the services that they offer. And some of the services for Right at Home is the companion care. They can provide personal care, nursing services, and specialty care. Those are the services that they provide. Let me give her phone number.
Yeah, we can give Cindy, the reason we're bringing Cindy here, just so everybody knows, it is similar to Homestead. It's a home care, but Right at Home is one of the few home care companies that contracts with VA services. So I know there's a lot of people that have VA benefits available to them, and they're always asking, where can I use my VA benefits? Where can I use my VA benefits? She is like the VA guru of everything. When she came to see me in the office, she just kept naming things. So that's why we've contacted her also, so that way there is a VA specialist. So we don't want you to have to wait to contact Cindy. So we are going to give her number. She will be happy to help anybody that needs any assistance. Because remember, when people want to sign up for these things, it's a window where it takes some time. Obviously, there's ways for them to push some people through on a needed basis, but most of the time it's a process. Paperwork has to be done. People have to look into things. It's not just cut and dry. So it's always good to get ahead of the game a little bit, because you never know when that day is going to come where you need something.
Yeah. Okay. So Cindy, her number is 313-722-2280. And you can also look that up at www.rightathome.net. And then the last thing we wanted to let residents know that we have a new homestead manager. Her name is Gina King. We no longer, Maria went to a different location, and Gina kind of took over. We've been having the pleasure of working with her, and she's been very, very helpful and very, very kind. So we hope that those residents who use Homestead can go to her if they need to, and we will provide her the email address and a phone number as well. Her email is avsupervisor, all one word, avsupervisor, @homesteadhc.com. avsupervisor@homesteadhv.com. And her work cell phone is 734-460-5855. And the office is 313-769-6171. She does have bad cell phone service in the basement, but who doesn't have bad cell phone service in the basement? Just leave a message. She'll definitely call you back. But yeah, so that's all the news that I really have.
And just to piggyback off that, Gina was the Gina that used to work here through Homestead before. She has worked her way up, so she's now a supervisor. And I know that today she said that she's been working very closely with some families that have already been using Homestead and maybe had some concerns in the past, and she's ironing out all those concerns. So it's kind of nice, fresh people in a newer job. Sometimes they put in a little extra effort to get things taken care of. So we're very happy to have her. But if you don't see Maria on the property, it's just because Maria has gone to a different position, and Gina is here to help us out. But she is doing a great job. So we're continuing to work with Homestead. And Homestead is actually who brought us Right at Home. So they do work well together. So if somebody wants to consult Homestead and they said, you know what, I just don't like the Homestead staff for whatever reason. Not everybody likes each other. Homestead will ask permission, and they'll give you Right at Home. So they work well together. There's enough people that need care in the world that we can all work well together and not worry about it and step on everybody's toes. So thanks, Mike.
Perfect, no problem, thank you.
So lots of people coming soon to talk. As we get these dates, we'll put it out on all the places that everybody reads or doesn't read. And we'll make sure that we get as much information out there as we can. I want to say thank you. I didn't write down all the names of everybody that comes to us to tell us on a consistent basis. There are people that are making the choice, that residents that live here these late few days, even weeks, to really go out of their way to come to us to say, hey, I think this might work better, and not be so controversial as the system changed. What are you going to do? Make it right. Again, we're working with everybody's individual preferences. So not everybody's going to like everything the same way. Not everybody's going to see it the same way. It's never going to happen. Never one time in my entire lifetime will that happen. But we are going to continue to do our best to make sure that we have all the resources available. So thank you to all of you that have been stopping in the office to say, hey, heads up, we need a little more explanation on this, which, by the way, the longest day it has been identified that not everybody is even aware of what the longest day is. So the longest day is a fundraiser that this facility has been involved with for many years. Going back to 2015 is what our plaque says. I believe it's probably been before that. So it is just a fundraiser to work with the Alzheimer's Association. I tried to reach out to see if they can give us more of a breakdown of exactly what they do with the funds that we raise, like how much goes to research, how much goes to, all different kind of things. I know a lot of people, when they donate, they really want to know, where is my money going to? It's not buying Laura coffee, it's actually helping out. So I'm not getting any money, just so you know. But it is the 20th, June 20th. We took some advice from those that were around last year. We really saw after about 3:30, 4 o'clock, everybody went their ways, and we were all just sitting in the lobby waiting for nobody. So we did cut the day from 7 to 7 down to 8 to 4. So please come join us 8 to 4. We're going to have baskets that we raffle off. That's a good way to win the money. We're going to have a bake sale. We have a bunch of speakers and entertainers. It's just a way to provide some camaraderie around something that's probably touched all of us at some point in time in our life. Alzheimer's and dementia, it doesn't care what your name is, it doesn't care what your age is, it doesn't care what your gender is. It's unfortunate that it's out there, and we're hoping to help raise some more money this year to help all that we can in the research aspect of it and anything else that the association does. So June 20th, bring your checkbooks, bring your credit cards, bring some loose change, whatever you got. Just bring your smile and participate also. So we're not saying you can't come if you don't donate. It's just a good way to donate, and we do it as a whole. So you'll see a lot of people down there that are just kind of having a good time. We even have some speakers, I believe, that really are going to talk a little bit more about Alzheimer's and dementia. So, just a place that even if you need somebody to give you some information on how you can better get a hold of somebody so you can learn more about it. It's something, again, that touches everybody's life at some point in time. They know somebody, they've had a family member, or, even just a close friend that gets dementia or Alzheimer's. I myself have diagnosed myself with name dementia because I never remember names anymore. So, but I think it's just there's too many names in my head. So anyways, we want you to come down and have a great time with us, help a good cause. They have done such an amazing job here. We did, again, change it up a little bit, but we're still donating at the end of the day. We just looked at a little more efficiency with the process. So have a good time with us, buy some baked goods, get a raffle basket. I don't know what kind of baskets we have yet. I haven't got a chance to see any of them. If you're interested in donating a basket, because we do like to donate baskets. So if you have some stuff that you want to put together in a cute little basket, I know there's some crafty women that live here. I won't exclude the men, but I don't really see you making baskets as often.
See what I deal with? Between that and the injuries.
But if you're a man and you want to donate a men's basket, we'll be happy to have that too. Maybe that's what we should do in our office, a men's basket. 100%. You guys get gypped. You never get your own baskets. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make a men's basket.
Got it.
So if you want to donate a basket too, so that can be raffled, you can feel free to do that. So contact Mike about that. He'll have all the information. And other than that,
that's it. Thank you
I guess
so
that's
much.
all we have for today. So I hope that we gave you at least a little piece of information to help you out, and we will see you around campus.
you.